Welcome back to Not So Pro Football Talk for another OverReaction Monday. And this is the last OverReaction Monday before the Super Bowl. And then we only have one left where it's going to be the funniest thing ever. Either AJ's going to be so joyous on next Monday and he'll be singing praises, having so many happy thoughts, etc., or he's going to have a really rough Overreaction Monday, which he will have to attend or he will get fined, all right? But not so looking good says his Niners are winning the Super Bowl, so he actually has nothing to worry. Am I right?
I'm at loss for words right now. There's
What
so
did I
many
say?
things you said. You said it's gonna be the funnest thing ever. Either I'm super joyous or I am like heartbroken and considering hurting myself. And then you said
I never
I'm
said that
forced
last part.
to be on the podcast. Wow, man. I don't think I'm getting paid enough for this.
Come on, man. I don't know about that. You get paid well. Ray says new background. Yes, this is a whole new platform we are streaming on. Yes, you're just watching on YouTube, but we are now on. Is it Streamlabs?
Streamlabs Talk Studio, and
Talk
we're not
Studio.
sponsored. So
And we're not sponsored, but you should sponsor us. Streamlabs.
Yes,
this is a new background. Let us know if you like the new interface, the new us, etc. We are now live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. So we're live on all four, baby. Just follow us on all socials to support Not So Pro. But we're jumping right into this Overreaction Monday. As I said, this is the last one before the Super Bowl. And then we have one last Overreaction Monday, and then we just get the offseason. And I'm excited for the offseason. I'm be bummed that there's no more football games to watch. But I'm excited for the offseason because there's a lot of fun things to look forward to in the offseason with the free agency, the draft. Draft's going to be very, very fun for NSP this year. And then there's so many other things, preseason, all the talk. I'm so excited for the offseason and what the Packers and every other team, honestly, is going to do. But right now, we got only one thing to focus on, all right? We got distracted by the Pro Bowl yesterday, which, as usual, it let us down. I don't think there's really any memorable moments from it. I try to find some stuff and to talk about the Pro Bowl, but it's just I saw. Did you guys see Eli Manning's rap today?
No, I didn't.
Oh, it was fire. Vince, if you could find it, that would be awesome. I don't know if you can find it so we can show it on stream. But he flamed super hot fire. You know who super hot fire is, right?
Oh, yeah. Of course I do.
He flamed him. It was crazy. Ray says the Titans are assembling a crazy coaching staff, firing everyone the year before. We'll see. The Titans have a lot to do in order to really be like in this league again. You fired a good coach. I don't know if you guys are gonna be good next year. It says got Bill Callahan. He will fix our O line. He says, and Gabriel Mignol says Eli ain't him. Eli is him, man. He is him.
I don't know who won. Did the NFC win or did the AFC win?
I think it was NFC. Yeah, Eli won for the second year in a row of the flag football.
Dang, he's him.
He is him. He is him. That's looking good. It says 49ers have a lot of coach hiring to do this offseason. Yeah,
As they do every season. Because they end up losing their guys.
We're talking about front office, 2AJ. There's a lot of things.
We lost our assistant GM. He was well sought out. But is there any more coaching staff left to hire? I mean, the Niners coaching staff, they're looking for head coaching positions and general manager positions. Mm-hmm. Is there anything left besides the Carolina Panthers?
Not really, no. Yeah, they can change from one D coordinator to the next, but I don't really see anybody leaving for the most part this year. Good coach Vrabel doesn't have a jobber in. He's still respected around the whole league. So still respected. Not gonna lie, read L take. How fast this guy has turned on Mike Vrabel is crazy. Crazy.
Right. Oh, geez, man.
I don't think that's an L take. But we're going to go ahead and watch this. Vince, hit the play button. This is super hot fire versus Eli Manning.
See if you can hear it.
We cannot. Did you mute it?
Let me see. I think I have my computer mute.
Oh, boy.
Might need to try to click the video.
Yeah, I think you click mute on the video, Vince.
Try it again.
No, it's still no. Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and take that off screen. It was crazy though, but I said, what was the line? He said Peyton. Everybody says he's the GOAT, but I beat him twice or something like that. I'm messing up the lyrics, but it was hot fire. You should have to check it out. Rafe said he's good, but if he is as good as you're hyping him up to be, he should have had a job at least. I think that's partially him. He's not going to just take any head coach job. Like, I think he has ones to pick from, and if he didn't like anything, he's gonna pick another one.
Also, you got to look at these coaches. They're not just like, oh, we could hire anyone as a head coach. It's like, let me see my face real quick. Get that comment out of here. But it's like, hey, are we going to hire Sam Darnold as our quarterback, or we're going to hire Tom Brady as our quarterback? Mike Vrabel, he's going to be a little bit more expensive than some of these other head coaches, first-time head coaches, right? So you bring in some new blood. You get to not save so much, right, on money, but see what they can do, and also not breaking the bank, leaving a lot of cap space for the team. That's just another way to think about it.
All right. Let's go over here to Dizzle, my boy Dizzle. He said, I was going to go to bed for my big morning run, but Dizzle needed to stop by and say hi to NSP. What's up, Dizzle? Good to see you as always. AJ, stop hiding behind the comments, man. Ray says, I don't think you watch the Titans enough. Hey, maybe I don't. I can't say I watch a whole lot of them. I usually watch NFL Red Zone or the Packers. That's all I really watch. But hey, this offseason, we're diving into every single team and telling you what they need to do and to improve, and then we're going to give them grades after they do it. So
Dang.
Stay
Are you
tuned.
going to take on the Titans?
I'll take on the Titans if Race is calling me out.
Ooh.
I'll talk about the Titans.
Ooh.
All right. Not so looking good. It says that bar was fire, though. Talking about Eli Manning's bar against Super Hot Fire. Dizzle says shot 3 over par at Pebble Beach Saturday on the simulator. Ooh.
On the
AJ, you think that's pretty good?
It's on a simulator, dude. I shoot 3 under on Pebble Beach on Mario Golf to get on my level.
Jeez. Crazy. Ray says he didn't get any interviews, dog. Maybe he didn't want any interviews. Besides the Chargers.
I think he got some. He had to.
Jizzle says was going down a dark hole yesterday after rewatching DK Metcalf Combine. How TF did we draft N'Keal Harry over him? Dude is a goddamn beast running a 4.33. So we finally got the N'Keal Harry praiser to become the N'Keal Harry truther right here, guys. AJ, are you finally relieved that he's come to terms with the reality?
I feel like he's taking his meds, he's not his insanity meds, trying to calm down a little bit, not overthink these things. I think he's finally realizing that Mac Jones is a freaking nerd. But hey, there's a lot of reasons why DK Metcalf fell so low in the draft. Okay, so it's not just because some guys were flashy. Metcalf, he had some issues outside the field. He had a lot of injury issues. I mean, just the season before, he broke his freaking neck, so no one knew he was going to come back, the way he is. But yeah, there's a lot of factors to play into that.
All right. Ray says, I'm not disrespecting Vrabel, and I appreciate what he did, but his coaching style cannot adapt to the NFL today. Maybe you're right, Ray. I think you probably, out of all of us, probably know Mike Vrabel's coaching style more than anybody. I still think his coaching style, like he's a player's coach. He gets in it with the guys. I mean, if you see MCDC doing it with the Lions, I think you can't say Vrabel. His coaching style isn't still viable today, so I would disagree. But in my opinion, we're gonna be maybe 12 weeks into the season, and a lot of these head coaches that just got hired, the 8 that just got hired, look at them and be like, was this a smart hire, or should they gone in Mike Vrabel or Bill Belichick? Did these teams make a ginormous mistake? And I think we're going to be definitely asking those questions for a lot of these teams.
Do we want to dive into this, or we're just going to stick with our topics for today?
I mean, we can talk about that more for sure. Head coaching decisions was one of our topics.
It is one of our topics, and I could name another reason why Vrabel may be, pushed aside compared to all these other coaches. I mean, one major factor when you look at coaches, right, is decision making, leadership, and also the way they draft. Who do they draft? How did their drafts go? Right. And when you look, I know it's not completely on the head coach, but they play a very heavy factor and they're in the face of the players that they draft. And you look at the Tennessee Titans. I mean, what did they have to go for? You drafted quarterbacks back-to-back seasons. You had to Treylon Burks after losing A.J. Brown. For me, that's not very good management, right? His management skills aren't quite the best in the NFL. Is he a great coach? I do believe he is a great coach, and he's a player's coach that can rally a team together, get everyone in on one goal. But as far as management, that's where he lacked a lot. And a lot of these teams are very young teams, developing teams where they need a good manager to help grow and expand that franchise. And that's probably how they view things with Mike Vrabel.
All right, very well said, AJ. Dizzle says, can't wait to join the live a week from today. It's going to be a good one. I don't know why you're like particularly happy about that one.
Oh, look at the little Maxi Poo.
Oh, come on. Sorry, guys. I got a little puppy. He's a little crybaby sometimes. Just says, Reed, Jair is staying. Of course he's staying, dude. I was never in doubt that he was staying. The only thing that I will say that I wasn't like surprised about was the comment and Instagram post he put out. I knew that him and the Packers were in like the perfect 100% terms, but I didn't think he'd need to like put that weird cryptic Instagram post there. But he's just a cryptic guy also. That's just who Jair is. Mario Golf is a great game.
Agreed.
Yeah,
I play it. Let's link up sometimes.
I don't think I ever played Mario Golf. All the
Classic.
Marios.
Mario Bowling.
I'm more of a strikers guy,
Mario Bowling? It's like, what?
N'Keal Harry should have gone third after Hollywood and DK. We're going to move on. Everybody cool with that?
I don't know if he should have even gone third, but okay.
Yeah, more a third, fourth rounder, if you ask me. Do you all think Jim Harbaugh will change the Chargers, or you all think it's going to be a 1 year and done type of outcome? It's definitely not going to be a 1 year after he's going to get fired. You would really have to question the ownership of the Chargers at that point if they fired him after 1 year. I don't think the Chargers are going to get fixed overnight. I think you're going to see, but I think maybe what's going on here? Okay.
What?
Okay, never mind. Sorry. Did you? Yeah, I don't think it's the same thing as Sean Payton,
Oh no, dude! Look, it's halfway. Look at that. That's insane.
All right, let's get back to the comment. But it's like a Sean Payton. I'm a Sean Payton kind of hater, but I still think he needs more time to turn it around. It wasn't the greatest year last year, better than the Broncos had the previous year. But I think he's got another 2 years to turn that franchise around, which I think the same thing for Jim Harbaugh. He's got 3 years to turn it around. If things don't look pretty then yes, then you can start questioning Jim Harbaugh. AJ, Vince, do you agree?
I think if they kept Brandon Staley for as long as they did, I don't think Jim Harbaugh will get fired anytime soon. He would have to have a string of 3-13 seasons for 2 seasons. But I don't see that happening at all.
Out of his coaching career, Jim Harbaugh has never failed to create a great team. That's a fact.
That's 100% fact. All right. Biggest thing on DK was he couldn't run route. IDGAF just have that man run in a straight line. He's down there somewhere.
Yep, he's definitely gotten better at his route running. I wouldn't say that he's the quickest in his cuts though. He's just a big-bodied guy and he's got a lot of acceleration. So I would agree that's one of his faults. But he's a big dude, so you can't really say that he should be cutting out there like a Hollywood Brown or what's his name? Can't even remember his name. Yeah, it would remind me of like those Titans from Attack on Titan. You know, that's exactly what DK is.
Jeez.
All right. This says Bill gonna be a Cowboys coach in 2025. Book it, he says. It's definitely a possibility. I would be surprised, and I was actually at the beginning, like Bill Belichick leaving, I was kind of shipping this. But even though that him and like Bill and Jerry Jones like both mutually respect each other a whole lot, I don't know how well they would work together. You know, am I right here, guys?
It's fire and ice, dude. Bill Belichick, he's anti-media. Jerry Jones loves him. Unless Jerry Jones has a freaking heart attack and is gone, then yeah, I see Bill Belichick over there. But there's no way in HE double hockey sticks that's gonna happen. It doesn't mix. It's like that one episode in The Office, right? It no work. It no work. You know, but yeah, he's old school.
Ray says, with his style, you need to have an elite OC, and those OCs got hired as head coach after one good year. Lions with Ben Johnson won't look as good even with their talent. I'll agree with that statement 100%. Look at Arthur Smith after 2019. I think there's a lot of truth to this. I mean, any head coach needs a good offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator in order to help them. And you can't do it all by yourself unless you're Bill Belichick, who had a bunch of duds. He was just carrying all those Super Bowls with Tom the entire time. But you can also point at Nick Sirianni. He lost his offensive coordinator DC, and this season kind of fell apart. What do you guys think?
They play a huge part. So, I mean, there's a reason why the offensive coordinator is staying in Detroit. There's something there, right? Wait for a better opportunity and go chase a ring the next year.
Where it says run. Reed got a doggy. Yes, I got a little puppy. His name is Max. He's part of the NSP family now.
Ooh.
Ray says, yeah, good point. AJ Vrabel, I think, wanted a full management decisions. I would agree. And that's where Carthon and him got stuck. Vrabel felt the team was still good enough to compete, neglecting Henry decline.
Yeah.
It's true.
And he also just didn't agree with the AJ Brown trade.
Well, they didn't want to pay him the money. You know?
Yeah.
They didn't want to pay AJ Brown the money, a young guy to help grow the franchise. They didn't focus anything on Derrick Henry. They get anything for him. Instead of got an aging veteran wide receiver who really is not going to help him go anywhere. Instead of taking money out of their pocket, it just didn't help the franchise whatsoever. They wasted a whole year of developing. But Will Levis, I think he's a catch. I think he could be a franchise quarterback. I know he can. I will rephrase that. I know he can.
Right. All right. Rumors started with Henry back in 2023 offseason. Right. Sorry for the yap. I have no one else to talk to about this stuff. All my friends are basketball heads. Hey, don't feel bad. Hey. Come in here in the comments all the time and call us out if you think that we're wrong. We're fine with getting checked every once in a while. We always think we're right. At least I think we're always right. But hey, come at us. Try to challenge us. Try to beat us.
I always get checked. So
you know. Never. Not Dizzle. It says, all right, guys, I'm going to go to bed. But AJ, the 49ers game's already over. They lost. They don't have Patrick Mahomes on their team. Guys, the best player in the league and the best position. Never doubt it, he says. It's over. AJ, what's your first reaction of learning that the game is already over?
Hey, man, they're okay to have those beliefs. If they want to say, hey, I think the Chiefs are going to win because of Patrick Mahomes, that's absolutely fine. If you're saying that, hey, I think the Niners are going to lose because they don't have Patrick Mahomes, that's where I have an issue. The Niners are not there because they got lucky. No, that's not what it is. And you want to talk about different, dropped interceptions or a weird catch. Those are just variables in every single game. They happen in every single game. I wasn't impressed with the Chiefs all season long. They look great. They look phenomenal during the playoffs, which they always do. Patrick Mahomes is a different specimen. They really are. But I think the 49ers have a lot more, way more, and everything more to lose than the Kansas City Chiefs. This is the Niners game to lose. This is, like I said, they have everything to lose. Kansas City, they've been here. They've been here, what, 5 out of 6 times?
Yep.
The Niners, they're this close every single time. And I've been preaching to these guys. I've been preaching to them for as long as I can remember, since the Harbaugh days, of what went wrong every single season, how close we were every single season, what we need to do every single season. And every time a different variable happens, right? Including Brock Purdy getting hurt last year, including an overthrown pass by Jimmy Garoppolo, including a dropped interception by Jarvarius Tart. I mean, don't give me that. I know what we're headed into. I know this game is not going to be easy, but damn right I'm excited. Look at this. I'm freaking faithful. I'm excited. Who else can say, hey, dude, my team is playing this Sunday? And if you're saying that, more than likely, you're a damn liar. Because I don't know any Chiefs fans since 2019. That's when they started coming out. Instead of one of my closest friends who was a Giants fan prior, now he's a Chiefs fan all of a sudden. And you want to root for Texas guys because Patrick Mahomes is from Texas? I have people from San Antonio saying, oh, I'm going for Patrick Mahomes because he's a Texas boy. I kind of have to. What about the guy that graduated from UTSA, University of Texas, San Antonio, who is a starter in the San Francisco 49ers that's playing in this Super Bowl? First time in UTSA history that someone's playing in the Super Bowl. No one wants to talk about that because no one knows that. Everyone wants to talk about the trend, the Taylor Swift, the Travis Kelce, the Patrick Mahomes, the bum father that's out there in prison now. Like, guys, don't give me that. If you want to say, oh, I think the Chiefs are going to win because they're a great team, that's fine. But don't say the Chiefs are going to win because the Niners don't have what it takes, don't have the grit, don't have a Patrick Mahomes, don't have a great head coach, because that is not the case whatsoever.
Very well said, AJ.
Thank you.
That was very well said. Eloquent, well thought out. Great. That's good.
Appreciate that.
I think I missed. Yeah, let's go back. Biggie, what is up, man? Good to see you. Vince with the fire heart emoji background muscle.
Nice.
Where's the fish though, Vince? We want the fish.
Hey, it's a work in progress.
All right.
Yes.
This one says, I think AJ Brown is a little overrated, TPH. I've never understood when Dizzle says he's going to go to bed and then he just puts like 3 or 4 more comments. Can we talk about this? Like, I
think it's a compliment.
I love it. I want him to stay. I don't want him to go to bed. But I just find it so funny every single time. AJ Brown, go ahead, AJ.
I was just saying, I think it's a compliment. I think it's awesome that, hey, like, when you're like dead tired, trying to go to sleep, but like you're watching the show is like so freaking good. You're like, like with one eye open, right, trying to watch it.
Yeah,
I think that's awesome.
Half out. Half in, half out.
No, I love it.
AJ Brown is a little overrated, TBH. I think he's overrated because of his attitude, and I think that's what screws him. He's got all the talent in the world. He's a big body receiver that can run routes. He has great hands, etc. But I think it's just his attitude gets in his own way.
For sure.
All right. Says, where do you all think King Henry goes? I'm going to pass this question off because I don't know where he's going to go. Like, I know there's teams that need running backs and etc., but like he's an aging guy. Running back market is in shambles. What do you guys think?
I think, honestly, it's going to be like one of those mid-season things. There's a possibility where he gets signed somewhere else. Like, I would even say maybe the Bills, like a contending team who wants a big-name running back, somewhere where they just want a big-name guy, like kind of how they were using Ezekiel Elliott with the Patriots. I could see him going possibly even to the Chargers. You never know. Maybe they want to change there because of Eckler, but I just don't know. But yeah, King Henry could go anywhere.
Quick comment on that other one about the rings. Hey, man, we got those type of comments all last year. We said, you know what? We're going to have NSP leagues. If you want to prove to us that we don't earn these rings, that we don't earn the trophies that we have, join the leagues. And some of these guys here in the chat know who I'm talking about. Like one, his name was Kyrie. Rest in peace, Kyrie. But I mean, we put these guys in their place. We're damn good players. We give great advice too. But hey, we are in competitive leagues and we win. You know, we win. So you're more than welcome next year.
Come on.
Ray says everyone on TikTok wants the Niners to win. And I think this is true, right? My TikTok is full of some other TikToks out there, and AJ and Vince know what I'm talking about, which we will not talk about. But also, I get these Purdy highlights all the time. I went from Jordan Love highlights to Lamar highlights, and then now I'm in Purdy highlights. And I hate, honestly, I don't hate it. I'm pretty sure, AJ, you've seen it, of the video of him. I don't know how old he was, but he had the sunglasses on his head. He does the spin move, and they fall on his face, and then it goes into Purdy highlights. It's cool, man. But yeah, everyone, even though they said that we're not excited about the Niners being there, everyone's going for them. It's because they just don't want Mahomes to win another Super Bowl.
Pretty true.
Mahomes fans had never seen Anna Frey in a Super Bowl.
Gosh.
Biggie, you know, I know you're a Cardinals fan, so I'll let you have your moment here because I don't think Cardinals would ever have their moment coming to them. So,
jeez, so rude. You tell him, AJ. I think this is off your big rant about the Niners. So, very nice. Niners need Kaepernick back to win, says Rave. Bring him back.
Kaepernick, great athlete.
It's the curse.
Great athlete, right? But huge distraction. Ginormous distraction. You know, didn't fit with the scheme.
All right. This one says pressures on San Francisco. Hope Brock brought at least 5 pairs of nice, tight, white Hanes because those things are going to have some brown stains. I don't think so. I mean, his line isn't the greatest, so he's definitely going to be under some pressure. But I think Purdy plays pretty well under pressure, in my opinion, for most quarterbacks, I would say. Not perfect. Everybody struggles under pressure, but I think he's up for the task. Am I right here, AJ?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, when you hear this kid talk, and how can you not like him? It's kind of crazy because he puts everyone above him. And it's just they talk about him being in the Super Bowl, talk about him being in the same sentence as Joe Montana. He says that for him, that's still a dream. He needs to earn it first. And for me, that's just insane. The things that he's been able to do with such little experience in the NFL. Crazy.
That's the comment I showed earlier. Sorry. Quarterback is most important position in football, and Kansas City is way better. That's just a fact. He is way more distinguished in the NFL. If you look at the stats as far as what they've done this year, we just take this year's and we say, hey, if I showed you blind stats of each quarterback, which quarterback would you take? You're going to take Purdy stats. And you're going to take that quarterback. Purdy has played, as far as quarterback play, better play. Now, yes, you can say whatever you want about weapons, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, Patrick Mahomes has one of the greatest tight ends of all time on his team. Like not shot at George Kittle. George Kittle is good, but he's not one of the greatest tight ends of all time. Travis Kelce is. I don't agree with that, really.
Yeah, this is one of the worst years Patrick Mahomes has ever had, and everyone counted Kansas City out. I'm pretty sure y'all counted Kansas City out too during the regular season. Like, yeah, they might make the playoffs, but they're not going to go to the Super Bowl. It's just the way they're playing. And now that they're turning it up, and now everyone's jumping back onto that bandwagon. You ask me, man, I think Brock Purdy, he's looking real good. You know, young mistakes, but imagine if he has the experience that Patrick Mahomes has. I think you're going to see something very special with this kid.
All right. King Henry wants to go to a contender. I would imagine he would want to. The New England Patriots smash up football, ball him, and
you got to pick one: contender or the New England Patriots. You have to pick one.
They're not the same.
I started agreeing with the comment, and then I read the second half. You lost me. You lost me here, Dizzle. You never beat Dizzle. I'll see you next year. That's what they all say. That's what they all said.
It's what they all said.
Yeah. Big Money. I see Big Money Joe's here in the comment section. Ask him. All the people are talking smack. Just I think we're legit.
Yeah. That's looking good. Says Reed. Let me see your rings. Not a joke, by the way. I have no rings. I did not win a championship this past year. Sucks, but hey, I got pretty close in a couple of them. Just got unlucky with injuries at the end, unfortunately. But hey, we'll get them back next year. I've won championships in the past. I just didn't buy trophies. I've got a lot of second place also. Unfortunately, it sucks. My dog has joined me in bed, destroying my nostril. I know the feeling. Marvin gonna carry us next year.
If y'all can get him, you gotta. I don't know. See how far he falls in the draft.
We'll see. Sup, y'all. Sorry so late. Wife is sick. I got to do double duty. Hey, no worries, man. No reason to be sorry. We appreciate you even joining. We wish you. We throw some prayers at your wife. Hope she gets better soon. All right, Big Money Joe. Purdy outplayed Mahomes this season big, and I think this is a facts machine.
Facts.
So he's saying facts. I love that.
I like that.
But yeah, it's true. Yeah, if you just put stats to stats, he played better. Is Fran and Frey going to the Super Bowl? Are her and Brock dating?
That would be illegal.
This one, it says LNO Dizzle. She like 17, I think.
The only reason why Big E knows is because he had those horrible thoughts and he looked it up as well. And,
put him up!
Hey! Whoa!
Put him up!
Don't move.
FBI!
Don't freaking. Pew, 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 pew,
finger bang bang. I want a big poop this year and what?
In fantasy football.
Oh, okay, yeah. Gotcha. Sorry to hear that, Big Money Joe.
Oh man.
All right, well, we have finally got to the end of the comments, and we can talk about some of our topics. So we talked about a lot about head coaches, so we won't jump into that, but we're going to go into the Super Bowl preview. What are the key matchups, guys? What are the key points of this game? Is it the cornerbacks for each team? Is it the quarterback, as everybody's saying? Is it just Patrick Mahomes? Is that the only key factor? Do you just have to stop him? Is it Travis Kelce you got to stop? What are the key factors? And I'm going to let HA go first because I think he's prepped for this the most. If he doesn't mind, because he is, I imagine he's dialed into this game and thinking of all the way this Niners defense can obliterate this this Chiefs offense, and how can they get past this Chiefs D?
So, yeah, I kind of been preaching this ever since, right? I don't think it's going to be necessarily key matchups. Everyone wants to talk about, you got to contain Kelce. You got to contain Kelce. You got to stop Isaiah Pacheco. It's going to be the battle of the defenses, right? The last time we saw Kansas City lose a game was against the Las Vegas Raiders. And yes, it was the Las Vegas Raiders of all teams. And why is that? Because their defense played top-notch. Their offense was absolutely horrible. Didn't even have a first down in the first half. But that's okay because their defense did all the work for them, and that's all that matters. So if the Niners defense could start off hot, and everyone's saying the Niners need to start off hot, they can't allow the Kansas City Chiefs to start hot. I'm taking it as the Niners need to start hot defensively. For the past 2 games, defensively, we allowed too many yards per rush, which that is insane. And like last game, David Montgomery is averaging 10 yards per rush. That is not the Niners defense. That's never been the Niners defense. Who's ever heard about a rusher doing that to the Niners defense before the playoffs? Correct? And correct me if I'm wrong, but that hasn't happened. When you go back to our ways, Steve Wilkes, he's awesome defensive-minded coach, right? He's a defensive coordinator. We are a zone-heavy team. We run zone more than any other team in the NFL, and Mahomes is going to want to exploit that. But the way we allow him to exploit that is by us controlling the line of scrimmage. Us controlling the line of scrimmage offensively and defensively, but more importantly, defensively, stopping Isaiah Pacheco. Don't let him average more than 4.5 yards per rush. Don't allow Patrick Mahomes to, hey, you know what? I'm just going to scramble out here and get 7 yards, 7, 13, 24 yards every time I'm going to roll out, right? Allow Patrick Mahomes to exploit our zone and get a wide open Travis Kelce, get a wide open Rashee Rice, because, hey, you know what? You won't be able to do that all game if we're controlling the line of scrimmage. If we're controlling Isaiah Pacheco, if we're maintaining Patrick Mahomes, ain't no way that this Kansas City team offensively will be able to outscore our offense with their defense. I know it sounds crazy, far-fetched, but people, if things go the Niners' way, they are going to be talking about this in ESPN NFL Network. This was the key to beating Kansas City. Make Patrick Mahomes win with his arm. Win with his arm, okay? Allow Travis Kelce to get those little deacon dunks, because they can't be doing that all game. Not against Charvarius Ward, not against our linebacker crew. They can't do that all day. If we contain the line of scrimmage, containing Patrick Mahomes, don't let him scramble, containing Isaiah Pacheco to less than 4 yards per carry, that's it. That is the key to winning. Patrick Mahomes, that offense is like a desert eagle, right? Bam, bam, bam. Nice, powerful, freaking to the point, right? But it's a small magazine. The Niners offense is like a damn machine gun. We don't run out. We have endless weapons, and we have endless ammunition. May not be as powerful as that Desert Eagle hit, but we will not stop.
All right. Very well said. Let's jump in these comments really quickly before me and Vincent give our takes. Biggie says, "Whoa, that was you, AJ. I already told your wife. Whoa, snitches get stitches, Biggie. I don't know about that one, buddy." Big Money Joe says, "Pew pew." Back in the old days, love it, Big Money Joe. This says, "Can't go to bed. NSP is live." Heck yeah, it is, man. NSP for life. Usher versus T Swift. Yeah, says Dissel.
Yeah.
Who you taking?
Usher.
Usher?
Oh, man.
Okay. All right. I think it's going to be a shootout. Okay. I don't. We'll see. We'll see how the Chiefs defense shows up. Snead is locking up Ayuk. McDuffie locks up Debo. It's going to come down to CMC. Take out his knees. Go low all game. Jesus.
Jeez, why you're forgetting about George Kittle? You're forgetting about Jawan Jennings. You're forgetting about Kyle Juszczyk, who had 2 big time catches. Like, we have endless ammunition. Endless.
This is true. Then hopefully we can play better defense in the second half.
Yeah.
Take Kyle Juszczyk over 0.5 receptions and anytime touchdown. Dizzle has a gut feeling. He has a gut feeling anytime TD for Kyle Juszczyk.
There's a prop bet of Kyle Juszczyk being the MVP of the Super Bowl.
Ooh,
that's crazy. I don't know.
That is nuts. That is crazy.
He has to have one of the greatest games of all time for a fullback to win it.
I had a dream, but I don't want to talk about it.
With CMC, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. This dude must have got off a call session talking about decals.
Man, I don't got no time to play games anymore, dude. It's unfortunate, but
yeah.
We got so much stuff to do.
Yeah, haven't played games in a long time, unfortunately. Sphere in Las Vegas looks better with the gold Niner helmet. Oh, did they do that?
Yeah, it looks clean.
Jeez.
So clean.
Did it not look good with the Chiefs helmet?
They did. They did that one, but
okay. The Niners look better.
They both look ugly.
Okay. They both look ugly.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. George Kittle is so overrated. You're so wrong.
That's up to him.
I don't think he's overrated at all. I don't think people rate him enough.
I think people are too used to tight ends being like wide receivers.
Yeah. Like,
if we went back in time and if I had an option between Vernon Davis and George Kittle, I'm taking George Kittle. And I love Vernon. I grew up with Vernon Davis. I love the guy. But George Kittle just does so much for the team that a lot of people don't see, right? So I do believe he will retire in the Mount Rushmore of tight ends. 100% I believe it. Because he's much more than a tight end in that team. much more. Oh,
And Big Money immediately came to the defense, says Dizzle Kittle overrated. You need to be quiet, bro.
whoa, Big Money, dude.
Big
come
Money
on.
is coming.
Hey.
He's becoming old Big Money again.
He's gonna come find you.
That's Trent
He
right there. That's Trent
destroyed
Williams.
Campo.
Trent Williams, Joe Williams.
Kittle is inconsistent in fantasy because he's a great blocker. He's a blocker, should just play fullback.
Yeah, he's too tall for fullback.
CMC stats are great because of Kittle. Retweet. Okay. All right.
Oh man, these guys.
I like it. I like the back and forth.
Okay, so now I'm really curious to see what y'all have to say.
Yes. So my key is the Chiefs defense, in my opinion. All right. Like I think the Chiefs, if the Chiefs defense just keeps them in the game, all right. I'm not asking for a whole lot. They just need to be in the game. Give it to Patrick Mahomes on the last drive. I think the Chiefs win this game. I think the Niners at the end of the game had to be up 2 scores in order for the Niners to win. Okay, they have to get up by 2 scores and then hold that lead in order for the Niners to win this game. Because I believe that at the end of the day, Patrick Mahomes won't do what Jordan Love did. He won't make the stupid pass, or if he makes the stupid pass, his magic. It just works for him somehow. This Chiefs defense needs to win. The Chiefs defense needs to win at the line of scrimmage. They need to win at the linebacker level, which they just lost. What's this? Menahu or Menahu? Sorry, I always mess that one up. But they gotta win at the line of scrimmage. Win at the linebacker. You gotta have Snead lock somebody up, whether that's Ayuk, whether it's Debo. I think I put him on Ayuk personally. Let Debo do Debo things. I think Ayuk is the guy you got to stop, really. And if this Chiefs defense just keep the Chiefs offense in the game, I think the Chiefs offense will struggle. I'm not going to say that they're just going to run over this Niners defense, or it's just because this is Patrick Mahomes, it's going to be over. If the Chiefs defense just keep it in the game, keep it within 1 score the whole game, I believe the Chiefs offense will come through in the fourth quarter, as they always do in multiple games in the postseason. They're going to get it done somehow. So that's my key for this, is how the Niners D performs. Can they do it all 4 quarters, or are they gonna let a third quarter happen like the Lions did this past game? You got to win every single quarter, every single drive. You got to keep this Niners defense or Niners offense to try to win it the way that they usually don't. So that's my key.
Not bad. Yeah, I think everybody's in agreement here. Defense is the way to go here, but it's on both sides of the ball. It's just whoever plays better, because the offenses are going to be going on all cylinders. Kansas City has a good offense when they're not, being pressured. Same thing for the Niners, even though they do get pressured. Brock Purdy plays well, but when he's not pressured and the run game is good with CMC, they're just rolling on all cylinders because he's got at least one guy open every single play. But for the Chiefs, it's a little harder. So I think for the 49ers to win, Nick Bosa and Chase Young, they have to get pressure. Even if they don't get a sack, it doesn't matter if you record a sack in this game. It's just getting pressure on Mahomes, getting him uncomfortable because he doesn't have too many guys to throw to anymore. He only has really Kelsey and sometimes what's his name? His name is Rashee Rice. Yeah. So that's pretty much the only 2 guys. Other than that, he has the random guys to throw to, but they don't get open as often as the Niners receivers do. But on the other side, for the Chiefs to win, we have to get Chris Jones at least getting 2 sacks, a lot of pressures. Karlaftis, I think he's a second-year guy now out of the draft, but he's got to get some pressure too. I think it just starts with the line. Defense wins championships, so whoever gets more pressure on the quarterback is going to make them more uncomfortable. And we saw it whenever Purdy gets uncomfortable. Sometimes he'll throw picks. Sometimes he'll run out there and just throw the ball away like a smart quarterback, but then you lose it down. Same thing with Mahomes. Mahomes will try to make some magic. 49ers defense is much better than some of the opponents that the AFC side had to offer to the Chiefs, and they're going to get picks. So that's just how this game's going to work. Whoever plays better at quarterback against the pressure.
All right. AJ, would you like to rebuttal before we get to the comments?
Yeah, I would like to say one thing is that this is very unique. So when the quarterbacks, when they enter the combine, there's multiple tests that they take, right? They're not just physical tests. There's also mental tests, and only 3 quarterbacks. There's more, right? But as of recent years, at 3 quarterbacks scored 95 and higher as far as mental sharpness, quickness, and smart decision making, and Patrick Mahomes and Brock Purdy were both in that category of scoring that high level. So I think Brock Purdy lacks what do you call that? Lacks years, right? Of going through it, where Patrick Mahomes has been doing this all his career, and he's damn good at it. He's really good. You see it from time to time. That's why when you see Brock Purdy get pressured, you're kind of like, okay, how is he going to react? Right? How's he going to do? But more than often, we see him, be successful in those situations rather than bust, right? But it's either boom or bust. There's hardly in between. He does like to throw the ball away, but for me, I count that as a boom. So yeah, I do agree with Vince. It's going to be very interesting to see how he plays in such big lights.
All right, let's get to these comments. This says right tackle. No, he says no, right not tackle, not tight end for Kittle. Right tackle. Reed is picking the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. He knows Mahomes is GOAT. So I don't believe Mahomes is the GOAT. If that's sort of we're talking about the most successful quarterback, it's going to be Tom Brady. I believe Aaron Rodgers is the greatest thrower of the football. But as far as who I'm picking, I will let the cat out of the bag. I am picking the Chiefs to win this game. I'm also rooting for them. AJ, I swear I'll keep it civil at the Super Bowl party. I swear. All right. But I'm not like Dizzle, who's saying that this game's already done and over with, and the Chiefs have won it. I think the Chiefs are going to have to fight every single inch in battle for them to win. I don't think they're going to walk in there and just win the game. It's just because it's Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes and Taylor Swift out there. I don't think it's just done because of that. I think they need to fight for it every single down, but I'm taking the Chiefs because of their defense. I think they've been playing well. And I think they're just going to have not their way. I think that's a bad way to say it, but they're going to have a better day out there than I think the Niners defense will do. Just flat out, the Niners, as far as the team, has not impressed me very much in the playoffs. They struggled against the Packers, which I'm very high on the Packers, obviously. But we were not we're not a championship caliber team right now. Like we're lucky to be there. And then the Lions, yes, they're much improved, but they barely got that win because they were able to resurge after the halftime. That game could have gone very differently. The Niners haven't impressed me. Chiefs haven't necessarily impressed me a whole lot either. But I feel better about the Chiefs winning this game. All right. What are they going to do when they get tired? That's when the real dogs come out, and those Cali boys face no adversity, all sunshine, God, and rainbows out there. Dizzle out here running in 32-degree weather, dog. Hey, that's intense, man. I'll give you that, Dizzle. But these Niners know how to fight. All right, they know adversity. They just went through adversity against the Lions team. Okay. AJ, I'm sorry if I was that I'm against the Niners right now. But I always back them.
Yeah, you got nothing to be sorry about. Okay. I mean, yeah, it's who you're going for.
I feel like I stepped on toes. I'm sorry. Dizzle 32-degree weather is irrelevant indoors.
This is true. It's true.
Oh, yeah, because it's in the Raiders, so it's in Dome.
Yeah.
How are you not impressed with the comeback win? 49ers are real, because I want a dominant win for me to really believe in you guys. All right, at a certain point, the comebacks have to stop. Up to this point, you guys have not been a comeback team. I know the stats, etc. in the fourth quarter that they broke against the Packers, quotation marks, and that awesome comeback you guys had against the Lions in this past game. But I want to. At a certain point, if you guys aren't winning the first half, you haven't won it in the first half, eventually it's going to catch up to you guys. And I think it's just going to catch up to you guys in the Super Bowl. And it's going to be really unfortunate. I don't want AJ to be sad. I wish for AJ's happiness. Never once have I asked him to be sad. But I just think that the Chiefs are going to come up with win. It's going to suck for AJ. But hey, I hope I'm wrong, and it's going to be a joyous Super Bowl party for AJ and his family. He's going to be crying. We'll record it. We'll record it and send it in the Discord so you guys can see him cry.
I'm going to cry no matter what. Doesn't matter what outcome it is. And I know a lot of people who watch this show, regularly, I'm grateful for y'all, are, waiting for me to come out, lash out, and be me, right? Be who I am and defend myself, defend the Niners. And, there's so much already being said. And no, there's no stepping on toes, Reed. You're your own human being. You have every right to root for the team that you want to root for in the Super Bowl. And I know it's not your favorite team, right? But man, I just honestly, this to sound so generic, I just feel it for these guys, man. I like to watch what goes on in the locker room. I like to watch what's said during the games, and the 49ers the organization do a great job in releasing footage and voiceovers during what's going on in these games and what they talk to Purdy about, what Purdy says. And these boys are absolutely awesome. I mean, these guys are the underdogs. I don't care what the spread is. These guys are the underdogs. These guys are the ones who are crying after every game because how hard they fought to get to where they're at. I don't think it's a fluke. And yeah, they played back, but look how they were able to come back. I do believe if that happens to the Chiefs, they won't be able to come back like that. I do believe that the better roster, the better head coach is with San Francisco. 100%. I 100% believe that. If you give Kyle Shanahan someone like Patrick Mahomes, who's stopping him in the NFL? I full on believe that. I love the offensive weapons that we have. I love the defensive weapons that we have. I love the years of building this team, this championship caliber team, to get to this point. And I love that how Brock Purdy is a real underdog story. And I love how everyone discourages him and doesn't, fall for that because, he didn't grow up poor. He was the Mr. Irrelevant. He actually has a father and mother that works hard to get to where he's at. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's cool to root for that story, but a lot of people don't know stories that you and I have, or what we've been through, what I've been through, or where we came from. It's just, if you want it, you're going to go get it. And these guys are go-getters. And I think Brock Purdy is a go-getter, and he learned, growing up. I mean, he was counted out. Nick Saban said that he was talentless, that he reached his peak. And he said, I want to go and beat Alabama. So he left, and he was a third string at Iowa State. And he went out there, same predicament. One got hurt, then he outplayed the other one. And then he was the Gatorade Player of the Year. And then his notes were, reached his physical max, can't do more, does not 6'5", can't run this, he had a bad run time, but look at him now. He's been counted out all his life. So I love this story. This is a real underdog story. Real, authentic. So yeah, we've heard it all this week, and that's okay, because in just a few days, that's where everything's going to come down to. In just a few days.
It's going to be a fun one for sure. Big Money Joe says two comebacks in the playoffs. Enough said we can't come back. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Hey, I wish for the Niners' happiness. I am rooting for the Chiefs. I do think the Chiefs will win. But if the Niners end up winning, I'm not going to be hateful or whatever. I'll be like, hey, good for the Niners. They finally got one after all these years of being so close. Not so looking good says, not gonna lie, this year feels different as a Niners fan. He says, I don't feel scared for my Niners. I have faith that we will win, and I will cry tears of joy. Hey, I wish nothing more for all the Niners fans in the chat. I hope you guys feel that happiness. Big E says, I'm back. Welcome back, Big E. He says, y'all see what Cardi did to Aiden Ross and scam him out of thousands of dollars. I've heard a little bit about it. I have not dived into the situation, but I'm also confused because he just got scammed by like 21 Savage or whatever. Also, like a couple streams ago, and then it just happened again with Cardi. I'm just like, is this guy stupid? I don't know. But Yeah, I haven't really dived into that too much, Biggie. But I actually have a surprise topic that I did not put in before you guys because I just remembered that I had this topic right now. So AJ, as a Niners fan, I'm pretty sure you've already heard about this, but your CEO, I forget his name off the top of my head, was talking with the media and said that during Brock Purdy's, if I remember the interview correctly, he said during Brock Purdy first preseason prep training camp that he talked with the CEO, Kyle Shanahan, and said, "Hey, I think Brock Purdy, our third string quarterback, is our best quarterback." Right on our roster. That's when Trey Lance, that was his year that he was going to take up the mantle of being the starter, and that was when Jimmy G was the backup. And Trey Lance was just the third string guy that at that point, unless you were a Niners fan, nobody had really heard of because he was Mr. Irrelevant. Now, my question is not AJ, hey, react for this. My question is, did Kyle Shanahan get both of his quarterbacks injured on purpose so that he could play Brock Purdy? AJ, I want to hear it right now from the Niners fan. Is Kyle Shanahan the reason why Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt and then he had to play Brock Purdy? Answer right now.
Absolutely not. I mean,
What?
Trey Lance unfortunately got injured. We all love Trey Lance. We all did. Shanahan loved him. That's his guy. And then Jimmy G is just not a smart quarterback, making horrible decisions, got himself injured, and that's what happened. It's I don't want to say luck of the draw because it's horrible for people to get injured, but we're very fortunate to see Brock Purdy come out and do what he did. And yeah.
Vincent, I'm done hearing from this Niners fan. As a rival of the 49ers, what do you have to say for Kyle Shanahan's actions?
I don't know, man, but I did feel bad for Trey Lance whenever he did get hurt because I know it was against my Seahawks, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Could be wrong. I don't remember. But no, it wasn't.
I forgot who it was, but it was the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for the guys when they got hurt. But then I saw this guy come out of the freaking smoke. Freaking Brock Purdy came over here just doing all these things, and I'm like, who is this guy? And of course, he had to be Mr. Irrelevant. Just adds to his comeback story. But do I wish he wasn't playing right now? Yeah. I wish Trey Lance was still there. But he had to get hurt. Now he's in Dallas. So we'll see where he goes after this season ends. It's basically ended for them already. But yeah, I'm kind of excited to see where he lands. And we'll see what happens of the 49ers after they win this big championship, if they do. Because there should be some guys who are going to be getting paid either this year or next year for the cap space and stuff. So they will lose some players. So, I mean, if we said it for the Bills, I think we have to say it for the 49ers too, unless they make a lot of moves to move some contract money around next year and the year after that. It's going to be a little hard to keep everybody in the same unit, as well as coaches. So.
All right. Well, I cannot believe AJ cannot see the writing on the wall right now. Like it's crazy. Big Money Joe says Jed York flying all the full-time employees of Levi Stadium to Las Vegas. They're very cool. That's cool. That was very cool. I read about that. Not so looking good says Trey was an accident. Jimmy G was planned. Put the little be quiet about it.
Shanahan did like Jimmy.
Big Money Joe says Trey was horrible. Shanahanigans.
That sounds like a restaurant chain.
He's up to something. I'm telling you, this he's got blood on his hands. Blood on his hands.
Shanahan's just a cool dude. You see him rolling up in the bus today?
I didn't see it.
No.
Ooh, I like this question.
All right, Vince, as a Seahawks fan, do you want a new quarterback saying get Jimmy G out of there?
Jimmy G.
G.
Oh, sorry, Geno Smith.
G.
It starts with a G both. I'm sorry, guys. All right.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I do want a new quarterback, but I don't want him to start this year. I kind of want to take the route that the Packers did with Jordan Love. Maybe not 3 years waiting behind Geno Smith, but maybe 1.5 to 2, because I know we still have at least 1 year and then the optional to get Geno Smith for that 4th year. So I think that's our best route, have a guy develop behind Geno Smith, see where this team goes with McDonald now as the head coach and all the guys that we're bringing in. We'll just see, you know. But yeah, I would love to get a new quarterback. I don't think it has to be one of those top 5 quarterbacks. I think we have time to take shots at some of these guys because Geno Smith's still a good quarterback. He can get us wins. He's shown it. We have Drew Lock there. He's able to get us some comeback wins too. So I don't think we're desperate for a quarterback like a lot of these other teams who are just foaming at the mouth for these new upcoming young bloods who are just gonna, you know, deteriorate in some of these bad offenses. And with these new head coaches that are, you know, offensive minded, it just turns out bad. I think it is good to always slide your new quarterback in slowly, not just throw him out there to the wolves. So that's the one thing I don't want the Seahawks to do, because it doesn't work all the time.
All right. Very well. Okay. Did you unmute me or what?
Yeah, I thought you were going to say Penix's wrong.
Oh, I didn't. Why do you keep muting me?
Because you just have a habit of doing it.
I wasn't even thinking about him.
You're telling me
I won't say it right now, okay?
Okay.
But I will not be you will not silence me, all right? I don't know what this is. What's that second emoji? What's he doing?
Like that?
Oh, yeah, I guess he's going like that. I don't know. Or no, yeah, probably no.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't know, Biggie. In Texas.
Dave Money Joe says, my family's in Las Vegas and greeted the 49ers when they landed. Let me know. I can send some pics. Hey, we got our on-field or what's on the field sideline reporter or whatever.
Boots on the field, man.
Boots on the ground. Reporter Big Money Joe in the house. We appreciate you, sir. Go ahead and send them. Yeah, if you got pics, I'd love to see them. That would be cool. And not so looking good. Just in time. Transitions. Sorry, that was a bad transition. Transitions us to our next topic. Did y'all hear about the Niners practice field for the bowl? If yeah, what are y'all's thoughts on it? Because apparently the field sucks and is very unsafe.
Sponge.
So for everybody who doesn't know, so while the Chiefs, you know, the favorite and the NFL, Roger Goodell's little baby that he loves. Who wants to keep him safe, wants him to get to the Super Bowl, etc. They get an indoor stadium for the Raiders, all right? They get an indoor stadium or indoor practice field. That's the Raiders practice field, and they get to practice indoors. Apparently, this practice field is like great. It's great. It's graded above or that like higher than most practice fields, whatever. And the San Francisco 49ers, who Roger Goodell and the NFL wants to lose, gets this UNLV practice field that just got sawed in it like just the other day on Friday. And now they want the Niners to play on it and practice on it leading up to the biggest game of the year. And when the Niners complain about it, the NFL responds saying basically, suck it up. That's a good field. AJ, what do you have to say about the NFL right now and how much they have absolutely screwed the 49ers in their practice leading up to the biggest game of the year? The biggest, the most – this game has the most amount of money, importance, and this is coming off of last year's Super Bowl where the players are slipping all around the field. What do you have to say about the NFL right now?
If the Niners don't get hurt, I absolutely love it. I love that the Niners are going up against this. I love that it's all over social media because it's kind of screwed up because the Niners have voiced out their opinions to not only the Kansas City Chiefs, but also Roger Goodell and the NFL, and they refuse to do anything about it. Now, I do think it's really messed up that they are doing this to the San Francisco 49ers. And like, why? Why the Niners? Why do the Kansas City Chiefs get an indoor field while it's raining outside? It's raining today, and even scheduling, the Kansas City Chiefs refuse to move scheduling around so they could both share the practice field. They refuse to do it. And that's okay. That's an advantage you want to have. But you give the 49ers the UNLV practice field where they are not up to par with NFL standards. And that's where I have an issue. If someone gets hurt, if someone plants their foot in and then tears an ACL, freaking sprains an ankle or something like that, that is not okay, right? And of course, this is a Super Bowl. You may have one hard practice, but really there are more walkthroughs. You're getting yourself ready. You're trying not to risk injury. But I have it right here. I'm not going to name it because I don't think anyone knows what this would even mean. But all I know is that, yes, it is not up to NFL standards compared to a regular NFL field. So rest of the NFL field is required to be in the 70 to 80 range, while the practice field that they're on right now scored a 48 to 50. That's a huge difference right there.
So the Niners graded it at that. Not independent people.
This is just from a source.
Okay.
This is just from a source.
Mm-hmm.
Does say Niners, does say anyone, so it could be anyone.
For my sources, it said the Niners graded it at a 50.
For my sources, it says it was from a source. Okay, so this is just what I'm saying. In other words, Reed, it's different. It's different.
Hey, I'm on your side.
You just said you weren't. You're rooting for the Chiefs.
No, but on this issue, I'm on your side. It's BS.
It is. It's real BS. You're telling me there's no other stadium the Niners can go and practice on? The NFL can't. Let's share the field, boys. We got to share the field. Hey, it's freaking raining outside. There's a clearly one disadvantage for one team. That's kind of screwed up. One team is out there soaking wet in the rain. It's like the longest yard. That's all I could compare it to. It's just that's screwed up.
Yeah, I think it goes back to like how we saw, I guess we could call it the drama now, since we saw the Ravens and the Chiefs play, how the Chiefs were treating the other team. I get it, you guys are opponents, but there's supposed to be a mutual respect. You know, you guys are all football players. Y'all are all getting paid from the same organization and the revenue that's made through that organization. I don't know. I just feel like if you're not looking out for your fellow brothers in the league, even though you are playing up against them in some of the biggest games, and in this instance, the biggest game of the year, it shows the character. So I know AJ and I, and sometimes Reed chimes in on this too, but like we talk about character with the players, and some of the guys that we've seen in those clips, not supporting the other players, kicking their field goal kicking tee. I'm not going to bring up any names because everybody has seen those videos already, but it just shows how the Chiefs organization is run and how coaching and higher ups in the league and those organizations don't do anything about it. Like trying to make these players who are the faces of the NFL, faces of the Chiefs, have some dignity and don't get caught doing things stupid like how they did in the last game. And I feel like it just shows on the Chiefs organization by, not giving the 49ers at least one day inside that practice facility of the Raiders. It just shows, I understand you guys are playing up against a big game. You want all the advantages you want, but there's just a sense of respect, a sense of camaraderie, a sense of, just dignity. It's like throwing your brothers out there outside when there's a hurricane or something. You're not gonna give them shelter no matter who they are. It's just, I don't know. I think it's wrong. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Did anyone hear that the Chiefs were practicing inside Allegiant Al Giants, and 49ers are using a practice field? Yes, sir.
Yeah. You always make fun of me whenever I mispronounce something.
I never make fun of you.
You are the worst one.
I never make fun of you.
Vince.
Win. Name an instance right now.
You guys go back and forth with this stuff.
Name an instance.
Last time I mispronounced something, I don't mark these things down.
Yeah, see, you got no proof. No,
I do.
You're gaslighting me.
It's in the clips.
Pull them out. Biggie says it's called mewing.
So I searched this up since I saw this.
It's a Pokemon.
Mew. But apparently, I still don't get it. apparently you put your finger to your cheek like this, and then I saw some pictures of the handsome Squidward guy also, and I was like, I still don't get this. But apparently mewing is like sucking in your cheeks and making your jawline more prominent. Like like how AJ's doing like that.
These darn kids nowadays.
I don't know. I don't know why anybody would do that, But apparently there's tutorials on how to mew.
You just saw it right here, NSP tutorial.
Exactly. What that guy did.
Oh, that's hilarious. I think Big Money Joe's at a bar right now, dude. Look at that. It says F Taylor Swift on those big old signs.
Oh, dude. What the heck is that?
That's hilarious.
That's in
So
our
annoying.
Discord that we're
She's
looking
so
at.
annoying.
What'd she do?
She's an attention whore.
What'd she do?
NFL
Every camera's on her. What does she want? There's literally footage of her looking at a camera and saying, "Go away," because she doesn't want.
Really?
Yes. There's video footage of it.
Then they wouldn't be focusing on that. The NFL has an agreement with Taylor Swift. They're like,
not.
Taylor Swift could be like, hey, I'm sending my agents, sending my lawyers. Stop videotaping me. Stop putting me on camera. Focus on the game. Focus on my boyfriend. Whatever. Right? But no, that's still not happening. Why? Because it's raising the NFL $33.3 million alongside with the Chiefs. It's the cash cow, and Taylor Swift loves it because she's getting more and more popularity. And now they're interviewing her as the face of the young girls NFL club, whatever they want to call it. That she's bringing in a new generation of younger female.
And is that
audiences.
so wrong? Is that a bad thing?
Yes, because these younger female audiences are they don't watch the game. They don't watch the game. And then you have them walking around with freaking Kansas City outfits because it's a trend now because they want to be like Taylor Swift. And they're like, oh, my homie. Like, you don't even know what his first name is. You don't even know, like, you don't even know me. Get out of here. Like, I'm passionate about my team. It pisses me off, man. It pisses me off.
Hey, some of them do throw some cool pre-game parties, though. I've seen it.
What?
Taylor Swift has done nothing wrong. Hate it if you want. Taylor Swift has done nothing wrong.
She's just thriving off
taking
the
away football time on national.
What is she taking away?
Taking away football time on national television. It's being said. It's being said all over the place.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Because instead of going through instant replays, instead of explaining the plays, they want to televise her. And yes, she's here.
They showed her like 5 times.
We had our counter last time.
It went up to 5.
It went more than 5. You just stopped counting.
It went up to 5.
It was more, and you even left for like 30 minutes.
Why did you tell? You told me, and I updated it when I was.
No, I told you like what does it count because I wasn't here.
No, I never said that. Check the tape.
Oh my god.
Check the tape. All right. Sorry, guys. The AJ went on a rant.
Allegiant.
Let's get back into the comments.
Allegiant.
Allegiant.
Gosh.
They are trying to give the Chiefs any advantage. I blame Taylor Swift. It's not her fault, guys.
I didn't know she owned the cat.
Big money, Joe. You're a bad guy.
Oh, gosh.
They're about to be like the longest yard when the guards wet the dirt so they couldn't practice. Y'all know the outcome of that.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah. Like
says that's how they do ball service. Big money Joe's out here clubbing right now. We're not gonna read that one. Not so looking good says I vote for the zipline accident. What is going on?
Oh gosh,
guys, she's not going to be able to do the halftime performance because she's not going to be able to practice for it because she's going to be in Japan.
Taking away from what's actually football. That's really what you're worried about right now? But the whole Japan thing, if she's going to make it on time.
I don't care.
I was talking with a Kansas City Chiefs fan, and the first thing you want to talk about was if Taylor Swift's going to make it on time. Don't tell me you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan if you want to talk about Taylor Swift making it from Japan.
Taylor Swift has never lost in the playoffs.
Oh, my gosh.
She's never played in the playoffs.
She's never played in the playoffs.
She's never lost in the playoffs.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Brock Purdy has never lost in the playoffs playing a full game. So you telling me if Brock Purdy plays a full game, he's going to win? And don't say, I don't know, he could. But that's proven fact.
Taylor Swift against Brock Purdy. We'll see who comes out on top.
Die by it.
49ers will win. Then Swift will cheat on Kelsey with wow.
Jeez.
Okay, I've heard this one before. Yo, Reed, my son think you sound like Mahomes. Some people have said I sound like Kermit, which is what Mahomes sounds like.
Mahomes sounds way more like Kermit.
People say I sound like Kermit, so I've heard it before.
You know, back in high school, my dad would get pissed off because they would tell my dad, because at the time I didn't have facial hair, that I looked like Russell Wilson.
Did you say shut your mouth?
I told him I was dangerous.
Oh my god!
Like literally, if you pull up a picture of Russell Wilson and like me, if I shut off my light, like you're gonna see my real color, right?
Yeah.
And then like picture without the facial hair, you're gonna be like, oh my god.
It's Mr. Unlimited.
Jeez.
Oh my god. All right. So what do we have left as far as topics? Should we talk about head coaches? What has been your guys' favorite head coaching hire? I know Vincent's going to be like, "Oh, the Seahawks had the best head coach hire or whatever."
Tell me another team that had a better head coach signing. I'll wait.
The Chargers.
The Chargers. Okay, that's a good one. I mean,
I mean that's what I was going to say. I mean, I wasn't going to say anything else. For sure as hell, no, I'm not going to name Mayo. Hell no,
I don't think that was a good hire.
No, I think that coaches were freaking horrible getting signed this past offseason, except for a few exceptions. Like I said, I appreciated the Seahawks signing. Yeah, I think Jim Harbaugh was the best signing out of all of them. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was just shocking to me that you had Mike Vrabel, Bill Belichick, and Pete Carroll that were in the mix and just didn't land a job. So that's kind of shocking to me. But I mean, we'll see what happens with the Carolina Panthers. I think that's the only team left.
I don't think there's any team left.
No, all the head coaching positions are gone.
Oh, are they?
I forgot who. I don't even remember who got signed.
Kind of sucks for Steve Wilkes. Shit.
Yeah. Steve Wilkes doesn't have a chance. Yep. Got some interviews, but there's a lot of people's like names that were left on the board. Bill Belichick, Vrabel. AJ's turning off the light because he did not like being called light skin by Big Money Joe.
For reference, in high school, AJ and I used to be lifeguards, so we used to be like 2 shades darker than we are right now.
Oh yeah, very, very dark.
Oh yeah.
So that's why.
You guys were very dark.
The light does make me look super white. So I will say that.
I didn't say anything.
Why is there a rip in your room?
Thank you. What? Guys, don't say stuff like that.
Should we leak Reed's TikTok shares?
Oh gosh. Jeez.
All right.
So
I'm out of topics. You guys got anything?
No, I'm good. We've been on for quite some time.
All right. This is a good comment. What happened to AJ? Who invited Russell Wilson?
Oh my! Or when freaking Brandon, when I wore my headband, they're like, AJ kind of looks like Baker Mayfield. Then everyone's just, oh my god, he looks like Baker Mayfield. Oh my gosh.
God. Yeah. Never mind, he's back because he turned the light back on.
He turned the light on. Jeez.
Well, you guys will be able to get to see us live at the NFL draft if you guys do care to go to that, or if you guys have it in the budget, live close by, whatever the case may be. If you want to go hit the draft, I know that's on my bucket list, and we're finally going to be able to do it. So we are going to Detroit, Michigan to watch the NFL draft for the first time as NSP. First time for myself personally as well. So if you guys want to link up, meet up, hang out, grab a beer, grab a waffle, I don't care what we do. Just let us know, and you guys get to meet us personally. And just letting you all know, I'm a lot shorter in person, okay? I'm pretty short.
What?
So,
we're the same height, dude. We're the same height. What are you talking about? I've never looked down on you guys.
Yeah. It's okay, Jay. I think I'm an inch shorter than you.
Yeah, so that's the size spectrum. It's like Reed all the way up here, me, and then Vince.
Aren't you guys the same height?
Wow.
No.
Wow.
I think we're all the same height, by the way.
Hey, who smoked you on those routes again?
Oh, that's not what the tape said. That's not what the tape said.
Oh, I have to edit it. I'll put on the bloopers.
All right. Moving on, guys. Thank you guys all for tuning in to this Overreaction Monday. We have one more Overreaction Monday, which is next Monday, where we will react to the Super Bowl winner and all the implications of that game. But in the meantime, we're probably going to do another live, maybe potentially as the week goes on. That's not decided yet, but there will be bets that we will record on Wednesday and release on Thursday at 12. It is the last episode of BATS. Bats. So get hyped. Bats is coming to the end until next year, so until season 2 of Bats. But it's been a great run. I've been loving this Bats season. It's been a good one. It's been fun.
It's a nice little series.
Yes. So make sure you guys tune into all that. And hey, as always, join the Discord and the link below. We'll be, I'm pretty sure we'll put like little chats as we react to the Super Bowl. I know AJ probably won't because he'll be too into the game, but we'll interact with the fans in the Discord during the Super Bowl. So if you guys want to talk to us during the Super Bowl, join our Discord, jump into a chat so we can talk about some football talk. All right. Do you guys have anything to say before we end off?
That's not a bad idea. If you guys want to get a hold of me during the Super Bowl, the number one way to do that is to get a hold of these guys right here. These guys right here, because we'll be in the same area, and they can release some messages. But more than likely, I'm probably not going to be talking. Probably going to be zoned in, and yeah, pretty much going to be a vegetable for the game.
Love it. Big Money Joe says you got tickets to the draft day. We do not have tickets. They don't really, for the most part, sell actual tickets to the draft. It's mostly just first come, first serve for the most part. But you can't, like, if you look online to try to buy tickets on the draft, there's just no possible way. You can put on like a waiting list for like the media, but you can't really get a ticket. Nessa looking good says good. Go Niners. Good night. Hey, good night to you, sir. As we end off, Vincent, do you have anything to say?
Nah, man. Just hoping for a good Super Bowl game.
All right, sweet. All right, we're going to end off here. As always, thank you guys all for tuning in. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Hit the subscribe button if you have not yet. It is incredible. There's some people that watch the show and do not hit the subscribe button. I do not get it. It costs you guys nothing, and it means the world to us. And it costs, like, come on, you get more NSP. Who doesn't want more NSP in their life? So thank you guys so much. Big Money just says I might have to fly up to Detroit for 425. Heck yeah, man, we'll be there. So love to meet up with you, Big Money Joe. But yeah, thank you guys all for tuning in. Been a great stream, and as always, keep on grinding.
Be strong. Be strong.